All right, fellow Vikings, welcome back this time. Goat update. Yep, that's right. I'm still doing the weird all right, fellow Vikings thing. It's been like a couple years now, so why stop? Yes, I gotta adjust it in my hand. Anyways, this update is about this little girl right here. As you can see, she's very well pregnant. Yeah, and that right there is her daughter. Yeah, this was not intentional. She was kept separate from my buck for a reason. I love this little girl. Like, she's a good girl. Like, look at her. That's a cute girl, right? She produces good babies. Her babies are excellent babies. So I do want her to get pregnant again this year. But not while she was still feeding, her babies. So she's actually about due. Like, she will give birth here. I'm guessing within the next week, right around there. She's already starting to get her milk in, so I'd say right about a week, maybe a little bit longer. I hope not, but maybe. So when she was about a month, maybe two after having her last set of twins, she had to have backed up to the fence or something and let my buck go do his thing, because, I mean, the math doesn't work right. This is way too soon for her. I mean, I was planning on doing right around September, October birth again for her. That way it's still warm enough that she can have the babies without any issues, and we'll have good milk throughout the winter. So there are advantages to kidding during the winter. Everyone says don't do it, but there are some major advantages. If you can keep the babies warm, keep everything going well and everything, if you know the birth dates and when to expect them to be due, and you could separate them into their own little house and keep them nice and warm and be there for them as they give birth, it can be a very positive thing, especially if you're an off-grid homestead, because during the wintertime, they're not eating brush, right? They're eating whatever you feed them. And if you're feeding them just hay, their milk is delicious. Like, their milk tastes as good as cow's milk, if not better. Another bonus here, add a little bit of sugar, a little bit of vanilla or chocolate, put it outside with a stirrer, and just sit there and mix it for a while. Who knows? Maybe you might have some ice cream. Just a thought. But yeah, winter kiddings can be a good thing, especially if you want to go to slaughter, go cull them the first year, right? If you do a 9-month-old to a year-old cull, then you don't have as gamey a taste in your bucks, right? Because, obviously they have, genitals that create testosterone, which cause them to be really, really gamey. And some people don't like it. I don't mind it at all. I kind of like it. But, how do I put this? If you cull them before they go into complete sexual maturity, then they'll have a lot less gamey of a flavor. And if you plan it for late winter or mid to late winter for the kidding, then the beginning of fall to the beginning of winter is when you'll be able to cull, right? And at that point, right, they're not yet a year old, they're not old enough to be completely mature, so they'll still be less gamey even without changing their diet. Now, there are other things you can do, like putting them on just hay and some sweet feed and stuff like that, and it'll drastically improve the flavor. But finishing them out on your dime, even though it's more expensive, right, it means that you'll have a better quality meat at the end, and you'll be able to put it in your freezer when it's cold enough to butcher without any issues, without spoilage or anything like that. So yeah, there are obvious advantages and disadvantages, which everyone knows the risks of birthing in wintertime. But that's what we're going through with that little girl down there. Right there. Isn't she cute? She's a really good goat. When we first got her, we were told that she's not friendly, she won't be friendly or anything like that. She's pretty much always been decently friendly with us. She lets us come pet her belly, especially when she's pregnant. She likes belly scratches. Yeah, good goat. But I also have some other bad news. Okay, yesterday one of our chickens, two of our chickens, got by something. We don't know what it was. Um, it could be any number of things. It could be raccoons. It could be um, like a neighbor's dog or something. But we found feathers all over the place, and my dad's dog brought the hindquarters of her in. And now what makes this really heartbreaking for us is she was our broody hen, right? She was going to birth out a whole new flock of yummy birds for me to eat, you know. And now I don't have that. Now I have to go and replace my hens, because now we're down to as many roosters as hens, and that's a recipe for dead hens. All right. I don't know how many of you have had this situation where you have way too many hens or way too many roosters and not enough hens, but they will mate them to death. Like we've had that happen already with one of the big roosters that we got from the neighbors, and he was just pushing them into the mud, and it was a bad day, and it was bad. So we ended up putting him in the pot, and that was actually the first bird that my cousin got to cull. It's actually the first animal he got to cull. That was a bad experience for him. He did it wrong. But anyways, all right, that's enough of that. So I'm looking for more birds to get. Our birds are still free ranging, and we're checking on them more often, and hopefully everything will be okay. You know, hopefully figure out what animal did this, and keep them a little bit more safe. It had to have been probably during the day, right? Because there was maggots on the carcass when my dad's dog brought it to him. So that means it's a good few hours old at least, at the very, very, very minimum. Right? The thing is, I went in there and fed her directly. I feed my broody hens directly. Okay, when I have a hen that's wanting to lay for me, that's wanting to sit on a nest for me, I take a bunch of scratch and stuff and I bring it directly to her and put it right outside the box. So the only thing she has to leave for is water. That's it. And the water is about, let me look over there, 15 feet away, right? So she has access to food and water. There's no reason for her to not eat or anything. So she was doing fine. I check on my birds every single day, you know. We're over here every day. But yeah, it happens. It's life. The only thing we could do is monitor the situation, look for any outside animals. We've had a couple instances where we've heard squawking, so I've had to, like, alarm squawking, so I've had to run over, not run because I'm obviously not able to run that very far and it hurts. But yeah, I mean, I have to book it as fast as I can over to the chickens, everything, make sure everything's okay. And normally they're just like, hey, I'm trying to sit on the branch, scoot over, right? And then that starts them going, you know. But I haven't seen any predators over here recently. I haven't even seen the raccoon over here, you know. And I feed my goats right next to where I feed the birds, right? So if there's raccoons, they're more likely to come over and eat out of the feeder by the goats than they are to go over and rip apart a bird. All right, and then on top of that, we have our feed shed, which I leave open, all right, for our rat snake. We have a black rat snake. It's beautiful. I love this dude. He's like 6 foot long. All right. His name's Toby. He lives in the shed. All right. If you get that reference, then please comment below and don't call me racist, because that is a great movie that every kid, or series of what is it called? Mini series, whatever, that every kid in school should watch. Right. This will make anyone not racist after watching that stuff, or, you know, reinforce their bigoted stereotypes. But anyways, his name is Toby, not Kunta. It's Toby. He's awesome. He's my buddy. All right. He eats the rats, or mice and all that. He eats toads and all that. I don't even mind if he goes and he eats eggs. Do not mind that at all, because that little dude keeps away the other snakes, keeps away the negative predators of it. He's a good dude. But I leave that shed open. So raccoons would easily be able to get over there. They've already been over there a couple times last year, so they knew where it was. So there's no reason for them to go over there when there's hardly any food over there because the chickens have pecked at it all. Yeah, they're more likely to go where they know is food. Anyway, that's it. Yeah, I don't know what else to say other than, hey, we're gonna have more goats because, I mean, she's cute. Look at her. Anyway, that's it, you guys. I'm done. This is already over 10 minutes. So, I mean, hey, I pulled my, what do you call it? My sellout quotient for the algorithm. I got there. I sold out enough. That's it.